Hello and welcome to the India Today Business Today studio here at the World Economic Forum for Brainstorm 2026. I have with me the boss, the CEO and MD of one of India's largest IT companies, HCLTech, C. Vijayakumar. Always a pleasure to have you with us here today. Just minutes ago, we had OpenAI on that very seat, and you as a company are perhaps the only partner with them, a services partner with that company. So I'm going to begin this conversation with AI and what it means for the IT services sector, the good and bad really, as you see it, the impact of AI on your industry.
Yes. Thank you for having me here. And as you called out, we are the only services partner, global GSI for OpenAI. We see tremendous opportunities. From an industry perspective, while AI is a very big inflection point for any services industry, because knowledge is what is getting commoditized, right? That's really what it is. So the opportunity for us is in two dimensions. One is transform our existing service footprint using AI. It might mean reduction in revenue in some areas, but we want to be proactively transforming our services. That's something which we are doing it proactively. We were one of the first, and our clients have greatly appreciated it. So that will mean some deflation in revenue, but you can also expand your pie because IT services space is a very, very large market. So that's one. The second aspect is AI is also opening up completely new services, completely new areas of discretionary spend, which was not the focus of a lot of tech services firms. Like physical AI is a big area, which is about sensing, understanding, and acting on physical objects, right? Whether it is warehouse management, remote surgery, or managing safety in mines and ports, all of that can be done very, very efficiently using physical AI solutions today. So we are really focused on completely creating new service lines, which are really coming up as an opportunity because of the proliferation of AI.
You know, the world has been a very turbulent place for the last 3, 4, 5 years. First it was COVID, supply chain disruptions, then there was conflict, now trade. And the IT sector has, been caught in the middle of it, of course, because of its size and importance, particularly for India. From an industry standpoint, is the worst over for the IT sector? Because we've seen numbers quarter on quarter from across the sector, and while they tell a story, I want your perspective on that.
Of course, if you look at the performance of all the companies, it feels like things have bottomed out and everybody is optimistic, and that's the way I see it as well. It's all about how quickly you can pivot to the new ways of working, right? I think that's where it was not that there was no big opportunities in the industry in the last 3-4 years. There have been many opportunities, but you have to be very innovative and creative about finding where is the money going and really chasing that and building propositions around that. Like we have been the fastest growing large cap company. It's all around building completely new services, even though they are very small now, but each one of them have a great opportunity to scale. So I think as an industry, we need to look for completely new revenue streams while trying to modernize our existing revenue streams through AI.
So what would you say in response to this question? I, by the way, also put that question to the OpenAI representative who was here with us, which is, will AI kill the back office as we know it?
Yes, the construct of that would look very different. Today it's very people intensive. The way it is evolving, it will be a lot more agentic and really amplify the potential of people to deliver more, but with significantly lesser number of people. To that extent, the back office operations offers the biggest opportunity to be transformed using AI.
Is that the reason perhaps that on a net basis, just and this is a number that I read, that just 17 odd jobs have been created by the Indian IT industry, which literally creates tens of thousands of jobs every year for India.
I think that's a very skewed statistics. I also saw that yesterday. It's probably because one company has significantly reduced headcount and others have increased. I wouldn't read into that. I think some amount of growth, maybe 3 to 5% of growth is possible without having to add people. By really amplifying the capability of the people, you can deliver 3 to 5% growth without needing to add people. But if you really aspire to grow much more than that, then obviously it will be very dependent on talent infusion with very high capabilities.
In all fairness, we must also recognize that it's not the first technology disruption that India's IT and IT-enabled services behemoths are seeing. This industry didn't become $350 billion just like that. If it started with Y2K, if that's one way of looking at it, it's seen multiple disruptions. And therefore, this current AI-led disruption, what do you think it will mean in terms of adding to the scale of the revenues of the Indian IT industry? Are you in a position to talk about that? And particularly for your company, what kind of revenues do you see coming in from your AI?
I think for the industry, it's a big opportunity, but not everyone is going to get it, because it's not just about transforming your existing services, which is an absolute must to transform all your existing services proactively. If you don't do it, clients will force you to do it. So that's a journey most people are really comfortable doing, and maybe there was a little bit of disbelief a couple of years ago, but today everybody recognizes they need to proactively transform their services. But I think it's all about expanding the wallet share. I mean, looking into different markets beyond just the core geographies where we are working and trying to scale the traditional business model, but focus on new service lines which are triggered because of AI. That's where the biggest opportunity is.
And therefore, by when do you think we could see like really robust growth coming back to this sector?
Robust growth.
Yeah.
To define that.
Define it.
What is robust growth?
Of
Okay,
course.
you pick a number.
I
You
think,
pick a-
as I said even in the last investor call, the use of technology to transform businesses has never been more intense in the past. This is the biggest. We see huge intensity in trying to transform businesses using technology, whether it is data, cloud, AI, physical AI, all of that. So I think that is, if you kind of go with that, then it's also a big business opportunity. So I do think the industry can grow much faster than what it has been growing in the last 3-4 years. It's a pivot, and we all have to very quickly pivot to addressing new opportunities while also transforming the existing business.
Vijayakumar, how much of your time is going in managing not just the AI disruption, but let's say what's happening with regard, or has happened with regard to visa policies and the second round effects of trade policy changes, particularly from the United States?
Yeah, specifically, if you come to visas, I think we and most people in the industry have significantly reduced their dependence on visas over the last maybe a decade. So it is really not needed a lot more attention now. It's just continuation of the journey that we are on. We just need to be at it. The other broader topics, the trade and geopolitics, I don't think it's taking a lot of our time, because I mean, we don't control some of these things. So you have to just take it as it evolves and see what you can do to continue to grow, rather than really spending a lot of time on tariffs and other things.
Some analysts also spend time discussing the future impact of the GCC evolution in India. Of course, very good, lots of jobs being created, infrastructure being created on the ground. Do you think that's a concern that takes some of your time?
It doesn't take some of our time, but it is true that GCCs take some of the total addressable market away from service providers like us. But it also offers a lot of opportunities for us to be a partner with a lot of global capability centers. Like we have built some of the best of breed tools to adopt AI. So we are partnering with several GCCs to leverage our tools because we're dealing with so many clients. Our investments in IP and automation, all of that is what we are helping GCCs with. So I think it's definitely an opportunity as well as some loss of total addressable market.
What kind of investments and efforts are you making in ramping up your AI skill set as a company? There are some companies, recent deal was also signed by another company to acquire a AI company. What is HCLTech doing in this regard?
Our focus is so far in AI, it's been both organic and inorganic. We have focused on building talent, so which is something which we've scaled up because we're building a lot of intellectual property to make the intelligence layer that's built by the companies like OpenAI and others, make the intelligence layer more relevant and scalable for the enterprises. So we have invested in building IPs there. And we are building all these new services, whether it is AI Factory, physical AI, a lot of work on data, and all the partnerships like OpenAI, NVIDIA, all of them. In fact, we were called out as one of the 2 physical AI strategic partners for NVIDIA in their keynote in CES last week. And in terms of inorganic, we have not done a big acquisition, but we've looked at some very good capability acquisitions. Like Xenia is a software product company that we acquired. They're focused on metadata management and data intelligence. So that's a very good addition to our portfolio. We announced another startup called Wobby, which is about natural language processing, embedded analytics, and insights. With a very good semantic architecture. So we are really focused on unique capabilities, which if we were to build, it was going to take some time. So we're going to add all those capabilities to make our overall propositions, not just services, but also our software product propositions much more stronger.
What kind of Indian IT firm will win in an AI world? 3 decades ago, it was throwing people at in mass scale at rewriting code. Then came digital skills. What kind of skill will make a Indian?
I think as a leadership, you need to be paranoid. You need to recognize that this is not one of those regular technology changes that we've seen in the last 3 decades. This is different, and really think differently to make the best out of it. Right? This is not the time to be complacent. You need to be paranoid. You need to be very creative at looking at. Yeah, it's about being paranoid and looking for completely new opportunities. Do not treat this like just one more technology evolution and we will find a way to get through it. I don't think that's going to happen. This phase will define the winners and losers in this industry. I'm pretty sure of that.
As we wind up the conversation, I have to ask you about the Indian rupee. This is not a quarterly numbers conversation, but is that also taking your time and attention?
I mean, of course, Indian rupee has definitely become weaker in the last few weeks. But if you take a long-term trend, it has been depreciating at 3 to 4%, and that's something which is also the foundation of the remote and global services industry. So I think it's a positive from one perspective. It adds a little more profitability, but also the costs are also going up. So I think it's a good balancing factor.
And balancing technology, balancing the needs of customers and how the landscape is evolving, including on trade policy, immigration policy, visa policy, is a task that CEOs like Vijayakumar have to spend a lot of time on. You spent time with us here at our studio. I thank you for that.
Thank you.
And viewers, with that we wrap up this conversation. We'll see you again. Until then, goodbye.
All right, one of the greatest deals in the Indian real estate market has officially